What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's Champions League last 16 second leg clash against FC Copenhagen at the Etihad Stadium. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by BetMate, who are sponsoring all my previews for the season. They're running a special UEFA Champions League Wednesday 8 PM pot for this game. It's made up of Manchester City v FC Copenhagen and Real Madrid versus RB Leipzig. It's a £250 pot, paying up to the top 10 places, £87.50 for the winner too. It is £3 to join. You can select up to 4 players from each side. It's a free app to download. The links and details there in the description. It is available to anybody who is aged 18 years old or over, and it is available in the UK only. If you use code JSGC10 on sign up, you'll get £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. There are lots of other available pots as well, not just game pots, but both teams to score, full-time results with big prizes. It's a great app, so do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description, and I will speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, do remember, if you are going to gamble, do gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So on to this game. Manchester City very much still have a job to do, because it's only half-time. We've still not seen the job out yet. That's the aim of the game, really, for this match, taking place at the Etihad Stadium in the Champions League last 16 second leg on Wednesday 6th of March 2024 with an 8 PM GMT kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on TNT Sports. Anyone heading to the Etihad Stadium, do enjoy yourselves. As I said, City are leading 3-1 on aggregate after winning 3 weeks ago at Parken by 3-1, and we do have a Champions League quarter-final spot on the line here. So our opponent, FC Copenhagen, formed in 1992, led by manager Jacob Neestrup, find themselves third in the Danish Superliga. They've won 2 of the last 3 games since they returned back to competitive action in Denmark, beating Silkeborg away 3-0. Nordsjælland at home, they won 2-0, but did lose on Friday night away at Midtjylland by 2-0. They've had an extra 2 days rest on top of Manchester City, and FC Copenhagen, fun little fact, have never reached a quarter-final stage of the Champions League, so they could make history if they do manage to spring a surprise here on Manchester City, and that is what we need to be wary of. Now, FC Copenhagen, they need to win by 3 clear goals to go through. Any win by 2 goals, and it's going to go to extra time, as away goals no longer count. Any win for FC Copenhagen by 1 goal, and Manchester City will go through. Any draw, and Manchester City will go through. And any Manchester City win, and Manchester City go through. If aggregate score is level after 90 minutes, we will go to extra time, and if the aggregate score is level after 120 minutes, there will be a penalty shootout. Remember, no away goals. Now, in terms of danger men, Grabara, he's going to start in goal, had a really good performance against us at Parken. He impressed me, but they need to find a way to get their attackers more involved in the game. So actually, Elyounoussi and Klaesson, these are the danger men that Manchester City need to starve the supply off to them. We do that, I think we get a good foothold into this game, and as long as we're clinical in front of goal, I'm very confident that Manchester City not only will make it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, but will be able to come out of this game with a positive result as well, and a win. After all, Manchester City, we've played 7 games in the Champions League so far this season and won all 7. Now, in terms of injury news for FC Copenhagen, Lerager, Sander and Coach Alava all out of this game, so I'm expecting them to be lining up with a 4-3-3 formation, with Grabara in net, Jalert starting at right back and Dick starting at left back, with Vavro and McKenna starting as their 2 centre-backs into midfield. It's going to be Fallick, Goncalves and Matson. Matson, remember, scored past us at that game in Denmark. Elyounoussi going on the right-hand side, Achuri going on the left-hand side, and Klaesson starting up top. They do have some good options from the bench as well, including Bardghji, Larsson, son of Henrik Larsson, he's an attacker, Cornelius, Højlund, not the one playing for Manchester United, but all good options from the bench there. So Manchester City, we do have to be wary, because I'm expecting FC Copenhagen to attack and take the game to us. So Manchester City just need to be wary about that. Play a solid game, we go through. Now, Manchester City formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, find ourselves second in the Premier League, 1 point behind Liverpool, and yes, we do have a massive game at the weekend against Liverpool, and Manchester City may well have one eye on that, so I am expecting a little bit of rotation, but Pep Guardiola takes the Champions League very seriously, so Man City will still go with a very strong squad, a squad capable of getting us to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Question is, how much rotation will be in place from Manchester City? Now, in terms of our form's fabulous. Won 17 of our last 19 games in all competitions, unbeaten in their 19 games as well. Won our last 3, including on Sunday in a Manchester derby victory against Manchester United at home, winning that game by 3-1. As I said, we do have Liverpool coming up on Sunday in a huge top-of-the-table Premier League clash, and Manchester City will be thinking about that, so expect a little bit of rotation from City. Looking ahead from there, FA Cup quarter-final coming up next weekend at home against Newcastle United. We head into the international break, we come back from the international break, and we have Arsenal currently sitting in 3rd. We've got Aston Villa in the game after that, currently sitting in 4th. So our next 3 Premier League games are against 1st, 3rd and 4th in the Premier League. These are Premier League deciders for Manchester City. 3 big games, 3 big wins. Manchester City storm to the Premier League title, but things just aren't that straightforward, and the way we go about it is by thinking one game at a time. Don't think about Liverpool, think about FC Copenhagen. Once the game's done, Wednesday, 10 p.m, Man City get a good result against FC Copenhagen, which would be absolutely brilliant, then is the time to be thinking about Liverpool. Liverpool, they play on Thursday. They've got a game against Sparta Prague in the first leg of their Europa League clash. So they might not be able to rotate as much as what Manchester City do, because they've got a job to do in Czech Republic. So if Manchester City can get a couple of our key players well rested and a week off, and we get an extra day off on top of Liverpool with no travel because they've got to go over to Czechia, and Manchester City playing in Manchester, could just be a little bit of an advantage. But that's me looking ahead. Don't look ahead. FC Copenhagen. City, dangers everywhere. In terms of injury news, Manchester City got everybody available apart from Jack Grealish. It's looking like Grealish is going to be out until after the international break, unfortunately. Josko Gvardiol is good to go. Expect him to start in this game. So, got to pop up my team prediction now. Ederson, I reckon, starts in goal. I think it'll be a back 3 made up of Manuel Akanji on the right-hand side. I think Nathan Ake will go through the middle to allow a little bit of rest there for Ruben Dias, and Josko Gvardiol goes on the left-hand side, where John Stones and Rodri in defensive midfield, and Man City, once we get into a strong position where we're confident that we are going into the quarterfinals of the Champions League, hopefully then Manchester City will start to rotate John Stones and Rodri, because they're very important to our squad. More rotation in midfield, I'm going with Kovacic and Matheus Nunes, so that means rest there for the likes of Foden, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, and then out wide I'd like to see Oscar Bobb start, so I'll put him on the left hand side, and I'd like to see Jeremy Doku start on the right hand side to see what he can do. I want to see more from Jeremy Doku, so that's what I'd be saying. I say if he wants to feature in these big games coming up in the Premier League, he needs to do a good job here. So Bobb on the left hand side, Doku on the right hand side for me, and Alvarez starts up top, means some rest there for Erling Haaland. Also got options like Sergio Gomez and Rico Lewis from the bench as well. Wouldn't rule out Rico Lewis potentially starting this game, and I'm also pretty sure that Ruben Dias is just 1 yellow card away from a 1-game suspension in the Champions League, so if we rest him here, then Ruben Dias will be good to go for the quarterfinals should Manchester City get there, at least for the first leg anyway, and then things tick over once we get to the semi-final. So yeah, Ruben Dias, if he does start, needs to keep it clean. So on to my score prediction for this game. I think City win. I think it's going to be both teams to score. Going for 3-1 for Manchester City again, and City to go through 6-2 on aggregate. I'm going for Alvarez to score first, Nunes to grab his first goal for Manchester City to see off the first half. Doku goes and rounds it up later in the second half, and then Manchester City put on lots of rotated options there, and with Man City taking their foot off the gas, FC Copenhagen want a goal in Manchester to celebrate, and they go up and grab a late goal, finishes 3-1, and Manchester City go through 6-2 on aggregate. In terms of my betting tips, I do reckon it will be both teams to score. Copenhagen have got to attack. There will be space, so I can see both sides scoring in this game. City, just don't really seem to be keeping that many clean sheets. Nunes, if he starts, I'm going to go for my outsider for him to score his first Manchester City goal as well. So on to today's video sponsor, BetMate, £250 pot, £3 entry fee. Links and details there in the description. Remember, use code JSGC10 on sign up. Get yourself £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. You can select up to 4 players from each side for this pot. Remember, made up of Manchester City v FC Copenhagen and also Real Madrid v RB Leipzig. The pot code is FF-UCL-0603, which is the date, the 6th of March. So my team, I'm going with Lunin, the goalkeeper at Real Madrid, to start as my goalkeeper, with Grabara of FC Copenhagen on the bench. Going with my 2 defenders of Raum of RB Leipzig in that away match at Madrid, and Carvajal of Real Madrid in that home match against RB Leipzig. And on the bench, I've got Ferland Mendy of Real Madrid. In midfield, I've gone with Tchouaméni. I was debating between him and Bellingham. I've gone with Tchouaméni of Real Madrid rather than Jude Bellingham, and I put Kovacic of Manchester City on the bench, and also got Matheus Nunes because I think he's going to score in this game. I put him in my BetMate team, so please, Matheus, score. Up top, I've got Jeremy Doku and Julian Alvarez. Vice-captain Doku needs a big game, so hopefully he can get that. And captain Julian Alvarez with Openda of RB Leipzig on the bench. Remember, BetMate's links and details, they are in the description. I will have my live watch-along link out this afternoon for you to go and set your reminders for. I'll be live at 7:30 p.m. GMT on Wednesday night, so I will see you for that. Next up for FC Copenhagen, they take on Lyngby on Sunday in the Danish Superliga at Parken. For Manchester City, we take on Liverpool away in the Premier League title race showdown at Anfield on Sunday. Last note, Champions League quarter-final, semi-final and final draw takes place on Friday, 15th of March 2024 in Nyon, Switzerland. Starts at 11 a.m. GMT, and I will be doing a live stream watch-along of the draw for you guys to enjoy if Manchester City get there. Manchester City, of course, still got a job to do. Firm favourites. We're 95% of our way into the quarter-final. We just need to see the job off and get the job done. If we can make it 8 wins out of 8 in the Champions League, surely Manchester City are favourites to win the competition. So, we'll see. So, there we go. That has been today's video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts, including your score and team prediction for this game in the comments below. Do subscribe. It is free to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do go and check out BetMate, today's video sponsor. Links and details, they're in the description. And I'll see you all for that live watch-along on Wednesday evening, 7:30 p.m. GMT sharp. I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.